Well, let's keep continuing on this thread. There are lots of prizes in the Princess Margaret Cancer Center Welcome Home Sweepstakes, including a $3.9 million home designed by our very own Brian. So we have a preview of this luxurious property today. Take a look.
What I want to show you today is the Princess Margaret Lottery show home that I'm honored to have designed. There's great ideas, great detail, and it's really a beautiful house. So let's go inside and I'll show you around. Here in the foyer, the focal point is this wonderful staircase. It's an iron staircase that goes all the way to the second floor and to the lower level. But what we did was we pulled it away from the window so that we can get a continuous window that goes all the way down to the lower level. Now notice we did a cutout, which is a deep window well, so the window can go even deeper than the grade to allow light to the lower level. And those drapes go from the top of the second floor all the way down to the lower level. The floor, I think, is fantastic. It looks like a tumbled slate, but it's actually a porcelain tile laid in a herringbone pattern with a border. Now, in Canada, what I love are fireplaces, and what better than to have it in the foyer. So this stone fireplace is a see-through fireplace. It has an archway on either side, and it sees through into the living room, where we did the same mantle, but in this beautiful white onyx. We put a mirror above it and a pair of sconces, and I love sconces, so you don't have all the light coming from the ceiling. You have different lighting levels. Now this is the living room dining room. It was divided into living room and dining room, which many people have, and I didn't like that. I wanted to take out any idea of an archway defining those spaces so that we pushed the dining room to one end and created more living space. So we actually have a seating area by the fireplace and another seating area here. Again, so this wall in the dining room isn't sort of a dead end at the end of the room. We did two mirrored panels, which actually reflect the openings on either side of the fireplace, and as our focal point, this hand-embroidered, beautiful wallpaper.
Amazing. Now, this is what most people, some people might not know. You aren't just winning the house when you win in these sweepstakes. You're winning everything.
Everything. Every dish, every glass, every towel, every sheet, everything.
Every accessory, every sconce, the whole thing.
Everything.
And you've actually picked everything out.
Everything. It is quite a project because it's a big house. It's a $4 million house, almost $3.9 million, and furniture and landscaping. And we have to have it designed, built, and decorated in 7 months.
Unbelievable. So I was saying this is sort of like a dream and a nightmare because it would
be
a
nightmare for me, the dream for the winner.
Nightmare for you, dream for me, because you're actually getting to pick every single thing you've ever wanted. You've got every tile you've ever wanted, every mirror, every chair, every rug, which I think is incredible. What's your favorite thing about designing this? Because how many years have you done this?
This is our second year. This is our second year, and it's for Princess Margaret, the cancer center here in Toronto, which is world famous, one of the top 5 cancer centers in the world.
Huge.
And we raise so much money for this, for the organization. And we get, you're the first people seeing it because it's not open. We have 70,000 people go through that house.
Yes, I'm usually one of them.
Yeah, 70,000 people. Imagine what that house has to put up with. And it's perfect. And we fix everything before we turn it over to the owners, anything that's damaged. But Princess Margaret is a fantastic center, and we're so happy to raise the money for them.
I'll say this because, you know, people see you, Brian, and they think he's so busy, he has got so many clients, but volunteerism is a huge part of your life.
Huge.
And I know I saw you last year at the Children's Aid Foundation event, and you were right on board. And I think it's just, you're a beautiful role model in that way. So give him a big hand for that. I think that when you can do, you should do.
Yes, we're just a quick. With Children's Aid Foundation, which is very close to my heart, and you also, we have our scholarship night, which is coming up in a few weeks, where we're giving 290 university scholarships to kids in care.
Yeah.
And we've raised money all private.
It's amazing. I'll be there. I'm hosting it again. You'll be there. It's going to be awesome. So let's go back now to the same house, and Brian's going to show us the stunning atrium.
Now, what was supposed to be a little library, I transformed into a garden room. Because we had nothing above it, we extended the ceiling to 16 feet and put a skylight in and did these tall windows. Now, when planning the house, there was no basement under this room, so we took a large space and created this planter in the floor where I wanted a live tree. So all year round, you feel like it's summer. Instead of a traditional desk, we put the center table on. It was an antique table that we put a stone top and these retro chairs that almost look like bamboo and brass. This is a great place to work and study. It's always sunny in this room. Now we have windows on 2 sides, but so it felt like a conservatory with windows on all sides. I mirrored this wall and used mullions to match the windows across from it. Now, typically when we see windows in living rooms and dining rooms and family rooms, they have a sill on them, maybe 30 inches high, 24 inches high. Here we decided to take the windows right down to the floor. We still have the crank and the screen to open up, but it gives the illusion of almost French doors. And to frame it, we used simple silk drapes and then a sheer Roman, one sheer Roman that can be lowered to give privacy to the room, but not block out the light.
Amazing to see the windows that start from the ground, but at first I have to deal with the tree, okay? So
I know, I saw a few people look at that. That is a real tree.
there's a real live tree growing out of the ground in the house.
Correct. So we have ground underneath there. It's all walled in. It's waterproofed. It's a huge planter for the tree. It's insulated. And when we were designing the house and the plan had a library, and I'm like, everyone's seen a library before. Who has a 16-foot tree in their library? That's growing. So it's growing.
Cool.
And the beauty of that is in Canada, where it can be sort of drab in February, and you just go in there and the sun shines in and the mirrors reflect it and this tree is in the room, and what a great, you should have lots of plants in your house because it actually cleans the air of your house.
Yeah, it does. It actually
So that's a
helps you
natural
out.
filter for your house. So the more trees you have in the house, the better your air quality is.
Very nice. And now the windows also contribute to the amount of light coming in, and they're right from the floor up. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, the house originally had designed with windowsills at 3 feet, and I thought, let's just talk all about garden. It's all about the garden, and I said to the architects, let's take them right to the floor, and they open right out. On the ground floor, you can do that. You crank them out. If you do that on the second floor, you have to have a restrictor of 4 inches so someone doesn't slip.
Yeah.
But they almost look like French doors, but they're certainly a lot less expensive than French doors, and give you that look of really the extension of that garden room and the inside and the out is beautiful.
Outdoors in, that's so good. Great, good luck to you winning the house. I want the house.
Because one person gets
Just one person?
everything.